Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of Benjamin Franklin High School. My name is Jaden Baugh, and I stand before you today as the class president of class of 2020. I am pleased to have the opportunity to speak to you all today. Although this may not be our ideal graduation, I am beyond grateful for our administration and principal for making this all possible and for all the thought and effort they put in today in order to make our 2020 graduation one to remember. Now, I know we have lost many legends this past year, people who have made a tremendous impact on this world. I would like to share with you some words spoken by a few legends that we lost. Kobe Bryant once said, "If you don't believe in yourself, no one will do it for you." X said, "Your self-respect is what matters. You cannot have a good life or have other people respect you for that matter if you do not respect yourself." Juice WRLD said, "Every day's a party, don't let nobody tell you different." Cameron Boyce said, "Changing someone else's life positively changes yours for the better as well." And lastly, someone who is very near and dear to our hearts, someone who most of us love and know, Luke Knight lived by these words. "It's better to have a short life full of what you like doing than a long life spent in a miserable way." These lovely people are four pieces of evidence that our life and legacy is what we make it. We have the ability to influence so many lives, to correct the ways of our past, and create our future. Tomorrow isn't promised, so like these people, we need to focus on what we are going to do right today. Let's change the world, Chargers. I have no doubt that this graduating class will change the world. Among us are tenacious scholars, impeccable athletes, extremely gifted musicians, inventive artists, and truly beautiful people with great hearts. This class of seniors will always have a special mark and place of honor within these halls. Most of you guys have been here since elementary school, but every year that we have welcomed new members into our school community, our family has grown bigger and stronger. I wouldn't have wanted to experience high school with any other group of people. I think we can all agree that the class of 2020 knows how to party. This year's homecoming dance will forever stand as a historic dance at Ben. It was the best party held at our school. Our student section this year was fire, and I truly believe that our school spirit tripled this year. Although our senior year got cut short, I say with full confidence that we were successful while making our final year of high school legendary and worthwhile. Some moments that we will forever cherish include the crazy sock stomp, Mesquite Grove's pool party, charity carnivals, dodgeball tournaments, Charger chase, choir and band concerts, ice skating, MC6 concerts, choir tour, homecoming 2019, this year's football season, our well-deserved dub at Powder Puff this year, legendary student sections, R&R weekends, pep assemblies, spirit weeks, and simply just being around one another. I love you all, and I will forever be grateful for the culture and environment we all created over the years, which has made our school so unique and united. Signing off, Chargers. Now please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now I'd like to introduce to you all our principal, Mr. Hutman.
Thank you, Jaden. Parents, guests, colleagues, and graduates, I'd like to thank you for joining us this evening to recognize the Benjamin Franklin High School class of 2020. Please take a moment to look around and absorb the fact that you're sitting in a vehicle in the middle of a farm, which has been converted into a drive-in movie theater. Or perhaps you're unable to join us in person today and you're using a device to virtually connect to this graduation ceremony. In many ways, there isn't a single thing today that is exactly the way it was when you began your senior year. This isn't the senior year that you had hoped for. You've become a master at distance learning, social distancing, and learning how to continuously modify and adjust to an ever-changing normal. Years from now, you'll undoubtedly find yourself telling a story about how you left for spring break senior year, and when break ended, so did just about everything else as you knew it. The coronavirus turned into a full pandemic. Italy was on complete lockdown. Supermarket shelves were empty. Sports leagues had been suspended. Toilet paper turned into a hot commodity. And Tom Hanks even had it. But the news that changed your senior year forever came shortly after. School was canceled for the remainder of the year. Life, as we know it, must always go on, and the class of 2020 will be forever remembered. For many of you, the last 2 months has provided you the opportunity to grow tremendously. You've had to adapt to being responsible for siblings, carrying more weight around the house than normal, and strengthening the relationships with both friends and family. You've also learned to become proficient distance learners with minimal training or even advance notice. Through all of this, you have never been alone. Parents, your love, support, and patience for your senior does not go unrecognized. I and the rest of the Benjamin Franklin community know that these students would not be sitting here tonight if it wasn't for your encouraging them to continue to pursue their dreams, especially when it got really hard. Teachers, thank you for your tireless efforts to motivate and inspire, encourage and challenge, and for always believing in our students. Many of you are personally responsible for igniting a passion in the minds and souls of these young people. Thank you for all that you do. A word that comes to mind when I think of this class, the class of 2020, is resilience. John Wooden, a famous college basketball coach at UCLA, leader and speaker, won 10 national championships in 12 years, once said, "Success comes from knowing that you did your best to become the best that you are capable of becoming." As I look out at the class of 2020, I see the best you are continuing to become. I see students who have accepted the challenge to attend an academically rigorous school, students who chose to work hard for their dreams, and students who know that the dedication and determination are paramount for their success. I'm confident that you were pushed and encouraged to do your best within the walls of BFHS, and I'm convinced that you are capable of becoming even greater versions of who you are today. Class of 2020, tonight we celebrate even more than your academic accomplishments. We celebrate your personal achievements. Each of you have left a permanent impression on our campus through your involvement in athletics, through performances, excelling in the fine arts, being a peer tutor, creating clubs, and so on and so forth. Some of you have had to overcome significant personal trials to be here today. And you did it all without complaining. You did it while encouraging each other to become better for tomorrow. So when I look at you collectively and individually, I see leaders and I see a legacy. A legacy I am proud to be building for the next generation at Benjamin Franklin. A legacy you helped to create. Leaving a legacy is essential in effective leadership, and through your commitment to building relationships with each other, with the underclassmen, you have demonstrated exemplary leadership. It is your legacy. The class of 2020 will be immortalized as the class that was interrupted, but it will also be remembered as the class that accepted the challenge and pushed ahead. The story of your life is still being written. This is a moment in time is just that, a moment to learn from and grow. Allow me to be one of many to salute you for your academic accomplishments, your resilience, and your character. In closing, I'd like to leave the class of 2020 with this. In 1947, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. penned an article to Morehouse College on the purpose of education. Our country has changed in significant ways in the last 73 years, and even more so recently, including the role and purpose of education for all. However, there is a line in this essay which I still think is pertinent for today. It states, "Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education." Your educational journey will be tested and tried in the coming years, but in the end, your character will be your guiding light. Use the knowledge that you have gained, apply the wisdom of your character, and go and make an impact on the world. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem.
Oh, Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Our seniors are wearing many symbols of honors and achievements as part of their graduation regalia. Seniors with a GPA of 3.5 to 3.74 wear a pearl honor cord as they graduate cum laude, Latin for with honor. Seniors with a GPA of 3.75 to 3.99 wear a silver honor cord as they are graduating magna cum laude, meaning with great honor. Seniors with a GPA of 4.0 wear a gold honor cord as they graduate summa cum laude, with highest honor. A light blue honor cord signals a student athlete who committed to athletics all 4 years of high school. A maroon honor cord signals a student who pursued excellence in fine arts. Senior members of the National Honor Society wear a gold stole to recognize their accomplishments in scholarship, service, leadership, and character. Benjamin Franklin High School is proud to introduce a new graduation honor this year, the Scholar Laureate Medallion, marked with a white ribbon. The title Scholar Laureate is awarded to students who complete a senior thesis. This is a capstone project which challenges the classical student to investigate and defend a research-based argument on a topic of controversy. The thesis must be infused with a love of and dedication to truth and virtue. The Scholar Laureate Award represents the student's ability to take the tools of learning and skills of thinking which he has honed in his education and demonstrate that they can independently use them in the pursuit of the good life. Our Valedictorian wears a medallion with a gold ribbon, and our Salutatorian wears a medallion with a blue ribbon, indicating their rank and honor as leaders of the senior class. Finally, Benjamin Franklin High School honors its legacy students. These are students who have been with the Ben Franklin family from kindergarten all the way through senior year. Our legacy students are noted in our program.
Good evening, graduates, families, teachers, and staff. While this is not the setting you envisioned for your high school graduation, you are among an elite group of scholars who has successfully navigated a challenging and unique situation with resiliency and poise. Within this class, there is a student who has continuously challenged himself to achieve the very best in all that he does. Honest, resilient, responsible, diligent, wise, God-fearing, and self-motivated were just a few of the words that came to the minds of his teachers and family when asked to describe our next speaker. It is my honor and privilege to introduce to you your 2020 Salutatorian, David Kramer.
Good evening, Benjamin Franklin students, families, board of directors, Principal Hutman, faculty, and staff, and welcome to the graduation of the class of 2020. First, I would like to say thank you to everybody who made this graduation possible. We are grateful to you for your hard work in these interesting times to make sure that we are still able to have this momentous occasion. We are blessed to have a school with teachers who encourage us to be our best and do our best, parents who care and support us and have laid their lives down for us. Thank you to all who are attending, and thank you to everyone I get to share this special moment with, the legendary class of 2020. I am David Kramer, and it is my honor to stand before you as this class's salutatorian. As we stand here at this crossroads in our lives, I would like to challenge you with what you would like to accomplish. And with that, I would like to share a story with you told by Pastor Sergio de la Mora. He said, "This particular day, my dad picked me up from school, and instead of taking me directly home, he pulled up outside a large cemetery. We both looked for what seemed to be minutes without speaking a word. Then my father finally began to speak. 'Sergio, what do you see?' I responded, 'There's a lot of people who have died here.' My father replied, 'In there lie some of the greatest inventors, scientists, and doctors with cures for some of the biggest health challenges, some of the greatest poets, songwriters, and performers. But the real tragedy is that they died, never giving birth to the gifts and dreams within them. The invention, the song, the masterpiece, it died with them, never able to impact society. And you might even say that a lot of these people died before they died.' I was challenged by this story because it's so easy to get caught up in the grind, the 9 to 5, to get stuck on the metaphorical or perhaps literal hamster wheel of life. It's easy to get caught up in the hours of homework and to forget that all of this is leading somewhere, whether you see it or not. To use a cliche, it's being alive but not really living. And I don't want any of us to repeat the mistakes that many, many others have made by failing to recognize our God-given gifts and failing to tap into the greatness that lies in each of us. And I can say with confidence that every student graduating today has the potential to do something amazing. I believe that individuals who have an impact on the world are not simply freaks of nature. Each one of them is or was a human being who put in the time and effort and lived out their calling. As it says in Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. They are plans for good and not for disaster, to give you a future and a hope." Each one of us is unique, possessing gifts handcrafted by our Creator that set us apart and will cause us to rise to the very top in our specific area of expertise. But that starts with a dream. It started with a dream for Martin Luther King Jr., anyway. He once said in his famous "I Have a Dream" speech, "I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal." And I wonder what the world would look like if every one of us dreamed to have a great impact on the world, if every one of us strived to be the next Abraham Lincoln, Albert Einstein, or Mozart. I think it'd be pretty sweet. Of course, there will never be another Abraham Lincoln or Albert Einstein or Mozart, but in the same vein, there will never be another me, another you, another Kristen MacArthur, Tyler Eves, Easton Thompson, or Jonah Thurston. You are unique, special. You were created for such a time as this. So what are you going to do with the calling you have on your life? Because it would be a tragedy if you, as Pastor Sergio de la Mora said, never gave birth to the gifts and dreams within you. A tragedy for everyone, you and the world. We may not have the dream now, we may not have the vision yet, but it will come. And once you have the dream, make every day pay tribute. Do something every day to keep moving in the right direction. It'll take hard work, it'll take discipline, but those who change the world are not those who simply let life happen. They're the ones who worked to make their dreams a reality. As Ray Kroc of McDonald's fame once said, "Press on. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent." It will take some grit. We're going to have to keep pushing past the voices of critics. We'll have to keep saying yes when everyone else is saying no. Somebody who was probably very wise once said that the distance between dreams and reality is action. And I'd say that we have a great head start. We know how to thrive in a challenging environment. As it says in Charterway 1, be steady and revel in the adversity. So in essence, what I'm trying to say today is to dream. See yourself in this dream, and when you find that which makes you tick, pursue it, fight for it, be strong, rejoice in the challenge. With that being said, congratulations. This ceremony is to commemorate an incredible accomplishment in our lives, probably the greatest achievement any of us have obtained thus far, especially considering the dedication required to succeed in a school as rigorous as Ben Franklin. And I know that each one of us here stands tonight remembering the endless hours of getting up early and going to bed late, of studying and homework, wondering if there's a limit to how much homework a person could do before they pass out, pushing ourselves beyond what we thought we could do, perhaps even thinking, what am I doing? I could take an easier route. But we didn't take an easier route, and now we're here, ready for the challenges that await. Now let us run with the gifts we have been given. Thank you.
It is my pleasure to introduce to you the class of 2020 valedictorian, Kristen MacArthur. Kristen is an absolute joy, and anyone who has met her would surely agree with that. While it is clear that she has put in the academic work to place her at the top of her class, Kristen has far more depth than just academics. Kristen has a huge heart and truly cares about all those around her. I know she has an amazing future ahead of her, and she has been an absolute joy to work with. I will now turn it over to Kristen to address the class of 2020.
Hi guys, it's sure been a while since I've seen most of your faces. This year was very different. I know it wasn't what we expected or what we wanted necessarily, but it definitely has been a new and interesting experience. First off, I wanted to acknowledge our loss. Seniors, I know we lost a lot of things that were important to us for this last year of high school. I feel the loss as much as you do. We wanted our senior year to be something we could look back on and reminisce about, with stories just like everyone else's. We wanted to be able to talk about our last prom, our senior prank, senior ditch day, our last high school sport or musical, and our last few weeks together as one big Ben Franklin family. Instead, we get to talk about how everything in our lives got delayed and eventually canceled, as we faced our last weeks of high school online or just finished entirely with the end of quarter 3. We missed out on a lot. But I think Lemony Snicket was right when he said, all you have to do is look hard enough, and what might seem to be a series of unfortunate events may in fact be the first steps of a journey. I think I can speak for all of us when I say these past 9 weeks have certainly felt like a series of unfortunate events. It's easy to miss out on the blessings that are right in front of us when they are overshadowed by loss. I know because I had a hard time seeing the blessing of being so different from other senior classes. I wanted my senior year to look like everyone else's, so it took me a long time to recognize the blessings that were right in front of me. Yes, so much of what was supposed to be the best parts of senior year was taken from us. But in return, we got a period of time where all of a sudden, we weren't running back and forth constantly from one thing to another. Our schedules were cleared, our routines shattered, and we had space and time to breathe and think. Other seniors finished this year in a whirl of busyness and at the height of stress for finals, getting ready for graduation, and perhaps feeling like everything is going a bit too fast. They don't have time to really sit down and evaluate what they want to prioritize in their schedules moving forward, or to realize that they might have some bad habits or bad influences that they want to get rid of. They don't have time to appreciate the littler things in their days because everything is happening on such a large scale right at the end of their last year of high school that these little things often go unnoticed. They don't experience separation from their friends that reminds them how much they really miss them and don't want to do life without them. And they don't get to realize how grateful they are just to have other people surrounding them, uplifting them, working hard to help them make it, because after all, this is their year, their time, and their accomplishment. They know they didn't do it alone, but in the whirl of getting ready to graduate, they focus less on the people who helped them get there and more on the fact that they are there. We may not have gotten to have all the experiences we've been looking forward to for years, but we gained something very valuable in return. See, our series of unfortunate events turned out to be the first steps in a journey to becoming better versions of ourselves. We finally had space and time to sit down and try new hobbies. By taking a break from our way too busy schedules, we realized some things that we care more about and some things that we really just don't need in our lives. We were given time to realize exactly what we want to prioritize moving forward in life and what we need to get rid of. If we were normal graduating seniors, we wouldn't have had that time. we also learned to appreciate the littler things in life. Most things in our lives nowadays are little, since we can't exactly go out and do crazy, exciting things or experience big life events. And we have learned how to appreciate those little things. Now, going forward, we will be able to see more happiness and more hope in the day-to-day little things because we had this time where we only really had the little things in life. And even though it has been torturous, being separated from our friends has given us time to remember why we love them so dearly and why we can't live without them. We miss all their little quirks. We miss inside jokes with our friends. We miss seeing them at lunch and in random classes. We miss the way a smile lights up their faces, and we miss that one person in the group who can make us all laugh until our sides ache. Because we have been separated from our friends with nothing and no one to replace them, we have gotten the chance to realize how much we really care for them, and we don't want to live without them. Now, as we spend what may be our final summer together, we will care more about keeping in touch with our friends, even when we make new ones in college or in the workplace, because we know that we won't want to live without them. And finally, we got the chance to realize how grateful we are for the people who helped us get here. When everything was canceled, suddenly I realized how not in control I am. A lot of the times we feel like we're in control because life is going great, but then something like this reminds us that we really aren't. We are not the ones calling the shots. We are not the reason the world spins, and we are most certainly not the only reason we are where we are today. Yes, we worked hard to be here. But not being in control made me realize that we haven't been in control this entire time. We weren't the only ones determining our success. A lot of our successes were based not on us and what we can control, but on so many other people who we can't control, who stood by us and encouraged us and worked with us in ways we sometimes didn't even notice. We owe so much to our parents who raised us and taught us how to work hard, how to stretch for that win, and how to be okay when we didn't get it. We owe so much to our teachers who have dedicated their lives to educating us not only as students, but also as people. And we owe a lot to our friends who have helped us believe in ourselves and who have given us comfort and support in hard times and laughter in good ones. No, this year didn't turn out how we thought it would. And at first glance, it seemed like all of it was just a series of unfortunate events. One thing after another was canceled and taken away from us. But in the end, this difference turned out for our good in a lot of ways. We got a chance to grow and become better people that the normal seniors never get to have. And though it's hard sometimes, because I am still sad for what I've lost, I am grateful for the opportunities we were given. We didn't choose this, and we probably wouldn't if we had the choice. But I believe that this has all worked out for our good. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I know this wasn't exactly what we expected for graduation, but I am glad we get to celebrate and be together, at least kind of, one last time. Thank you so much, teachers, for everything you have done for us over the years. Many of you have watched us laugh, smile, rant, cry, and come to you for advice. All of you have been incredible examples of people we would want to be someday. I am so grateful for your goodness and your desire for us to learn and succeed. You truly are some of the best teachers anywhere, in my opinion. Also, thank you, parents. You've spent years of time and effort trying to teach your kids how to be good people, and based on what I can see in my peers, you've done an excellent job. Graduation isn't just the end of a chapter in our lives. It's the beginning of the next one. And the next one will be even greater because of what we have experienced in this chapter. Hats off to becoming better people. I know all of you will be lights wherever you go. Congratulations, graduates of 2020. We made it.
We proudly stand for the blue and gold as we battle and aim high. Challenges are nothing, for limit is the sky. It's knowledge we pursue, victorious and true. Our memories and friendships, to you we owe our strength. Benjamin Franklin High School, our character at length. Its knowledge we pursue, victorious and true. Who are we? Who are we? We are Chargers!
Class of 2020, congratulations. You have reached a unique part of your adventure. I hope that you keep walking with honor and integrity and make a beautiful life.
Congratulations. I'm so proud of all of you. For those I taught, I'm so grateful for everything that you also taught me, and thank you for making my classes so much fun. I wish you all the best of luck for the future.
Hey guys, I want to give you guys some greetings and remind you that we all endeavor to make an impact in this world, and I know that you guys have certainly made an impact in my life, and I'm looking forward to the impact you're going to make on the world as you go forth. Thanks for all the experiences this year, and here's to many more.
Congratulations, seniors. It was such a pleasure to teach you, even if it was just for a semester. Don't forget the 2 things that you learned in math, that it is beautiful, and
Charger Way 1, be strong and rejoice in the challenge. Charger Way 2, yield not to misfortune, but advance all the more boldly against it. Charger Way 3, act honorably and with integrity in all situations. The most important one, Chargers, to me at this time is yield not to misfortune, but advance all the more boldly against it. You guys are a special class. I think we all know that. The best is yet to come. Congratulations, Chargers.
Class of 2020, I just wanted to say congratulations on your wonderful accomplishments. You have overcome adversity to a greater extent than anyone has ever had to before, and you did so with class and determination. I just wanted to say personally that I've been so privileged to have been able to teach many of you. From 7th grade year all the way to your senior year, I have been able to watch you grow up and become wonderful young men and beautiful young women. And I just wanted to say congratulations on all of the things that you have accomplished and to wish you good luck in all of your future endeavors.
Be strong and rejoice in the challenge.
We love you, seniors. Congratulations. Woo!
Congratulations to the class of 2020. While none of us could have ever imagined this is what your graduation ceremony would look like, you have taken each challenge in stride, and for that you should be very proud. You are the first class that I have had the pleasure of being with for the full 4 high school years, and I am so grateful to be part of honoring you today, even in this unique way. I mean, this is pretty cool, right? I don't want to focus on this unprecedented situation we are in. It is our reality, but it is not what defines the class of 2020. What defines the class of 2020 is the 13 years of hard work that has brought you to this day. These past 4 years, you have likely laughed and cried, experienced the greatest joys and sorrows of your life, and each of these moments have shaped you into who you are today, the young adults that are ready to conquer the world. How many times have you recited, "Be strong and rejoice in the challenge"? Well, if you've been here since 7th grade, it's well over 1,000 times. Throughout these years, you have been strong and rejoiced in many challenges. You conquered that Socratic seminar that you were so nervous about. You opted to take an AP class, even though it was the harder option. You took on that undefeated team and gave it your all. You mastered that music or art piece that you were sure was too challenging. You have been given challenges all along the way, and you conquered each of them and are here today to celebrate the end of your high school career. We faced a challenge, yet we are here tonight celebrating you. While you will likely face many more challenges as you go off into the world, I hope that your time here at Benjamin Franklin High School instilled in you to be strong and rejoice in the challenge. There truly is beauty in all situations, You just have to be willing to look for it. We will now begin reading the names of the class of 2020. Baylor Abney. Emily Adams. Sydney Aguero. Adrian Aguirre. Jacob Aiello. Emma Alexander. Alexis Anderson. Brooke Arvey. Calvin Orion. Linda Araz. Mateo Avataneo. Seth Bailey. Julia Bassett. Jaden Baugh. Nathan Bell. Kalena Billingsley. Danner Bowen. Taya Brooks. Libby Brown. Manaya Carpenter. Joshua Case. Anna Cloud. David Kramer. Gavin Crandall. Will Kraus. Aaron Deanda. Logan Drager. Tyler Eves.
Greetings, Benjamin Franklin High School, class of 2020, and congratulations. I am so very proud of each and every one of you, and I am so grateful that I'm able to play a small part in your graduation. It is tradition at a graduation speech for the speaker to offer words of wisdom to the graduates and to celebrate their accomplishments as they get ready to go out into the vastness that we have called the real world. I was struggling to come up with some sort of advice that I could give you. The world is changing, and I don't just mean the current craziness that's gripping us. There are wars, rumors of wars, and a slow degradation of hope all around us. Hate seems to be on the rise wherever you turn, and according to a recent survey, only 37% of adult Americans believe that today's children will be better off than they were. It's hard to find some sort of knowledge that I can give you to make this better. Are we still the same nation that sent a man to the moon? Do we still have the moral backbone to face evil wherever we may find it? Could our generation complete the great construction projects of ages past, gritting our teeth when we faced adversity? What gift could I possibly give you that would give you hope in the face of all that? Then I realized the answer. I didn't need to give you anything. To quote every single Disney movie ever made, the true gift was inside you all along. At Benjamin Franklin High School, you have been given an education that compelled you to look back on our history, from the time of Socrates to the present, and determine what was worth keeping and what was worth remembering. You have been asked to debate what is true, what is good, and what is beautiful, and use that knowledge to become a better person. In a world that prizes the easy way out and lacks the moral backbone to do the right thing, you have been taught to be strong and rejoice in the challenge, no matter how much you may groan when you hear that sentence. So instead of giving you a gift of knowledge during this speech, I'm giving you a call to action. You already possess the necessary intelligence and skills, so I'm asking you to use them. Go forth and be a light in a dark place. Stand up for the little guy. Defend the natural rights of those who don't know how. Leave whatever place you are coming from just a little bit better than when you found it. Spread that knowledge of truth, goodness, and beauty to those who have not yet left Plato's cave. In doing so, you will make the world a better place, no matter how crummy it seems to be right now. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. And as you do so, even if you just do it a little, you will do well by doing good. Congratulations, class of 2020. Go forth and spread the good news. The world could use a little bit of it right now. And it is now my privilege to read off the names of the following graduates. Liana Elias. Abigail Elliott. Justin Farnsworth. Sophia Fry. Leslie Garcia. Nathan Garcia. Sarah Gaspar. Luke Gibb. JC Glasgow. Jacob Glover. Ryan Graham. Jasmine Green. Caden Green. Michael Hayner. Brent Hamilton. Christopher Hanyotes. Allie Hansen. Cyan Hayes. Elijah Healy. Chandler Helm. Jaden Holt. Nicholas Householder. Ewan Huntley. Nikki Hutchings. Cameron Hutchinson. Peyton Jackson. Brandon Jeffries. Jonathan Johnston.
Class of 2020 graduates, what a wonderful opportunity it is to share and celebrate with you as this chapter of your life closes and a new one begins. It may not be exactly what you had imagined or expected, but that does not diminish the experience you have had or the memories that will undoubtedly last a lifetime. The first line of the Charge Away says it best, to be strong and rejoice in the challenge. You have done this well, and I have been blessed to witness it firsthand over the past several years. Through all of your academic achievements, your excellence in the fine arts, your perseverance in athletic pursuits, and your overall development into wonderful young men and women, you have shown strength and rejoiced in any and all challenges that have come your way. With this latest challenge of the COVID-19 outbreak and all of the safeguards and precautions that have been taken, you have successfully pulled off the longest senior ditch day in the history of mankind. Well done, my friends. As you look to the future and whatever that may hold, please continue to rejoice in each challenge that you face. These challenges and how you handle them will continue to form and shape your character throughout your life. If there is any advice I can give to you, it would be to go out and pursue a life and a career doing something you enjoy. If you love what you do, you will never really work a day in your life. Congratulations, Benjamin Franklin High School, Class of 2020. I will now announce some more of our graduates. Cuman Carter Jones. Madison Kelly. Michaela Kempton. Mikkel Kempton. Hunter Cowan. Tyler Kessler. Benjamin Kleinman. Rylan Larson. Tate Larson. Haley Lazarin. McKenna Lemieux. Kristen MacArthur. Brinley Mack. Megan Martineau. Kincaid McAfee. Aaron McBride. Cameron McGregor. Audrey McVicker. Ashton Melter. Braden Moffitt. Aubrey Monson. Samantha Montejano. Tyson Moore. Joseph Molino. Emma Neely. Elaine Nelson. Abby O'Neill. Jordan Papa.
Picture this: Mrs. Pullins and Miss Metesky at lunch on the last day of the school year. Satisfied with their sushi, Miss Metesky pushes back her plate, leans forward, elbows on the table, and says, "Okay, give me life advice." Combing through all the memories of my life, I then created a quick Mama Pullins' rules for life. Number 1, be kind. I know, shock, right? It's not like I have those words plastered all over my classroom. But still, it's my number 1 rule. Why? Because those 2 seemingly simple, innocuous words carry so much weight. They can change the trajectory of someone's day in just 6 letters. 6. While spreading kindness to others is important, the most important person you need to be kind to is yourself. It's okay to take a leap of faith. It's called blind faith for a reason. It's also okay to curl up in a ball and hide in the corner of your room. Life is messy, but it is the journey on our path that is beautiful. Treasure each moment for the gift that it is. Learn from it, grow from it, and take the next step forward. Remember, you are more than your worst mistake and more than your best moment. You are a conglomerate of all your moments. It's okay to give yourself grace. Give yourself permission to fail, but fail forward, because that is the direction you are headed in. And besides, if you fail forward, is it really a failure, or is it just a detour? Let go of others' expectations of yourself. You are living your life for the audience of one. As long as you and he are good, that's all that matters in the end. Number 2, don't borrow trouble. This plays on repeat in my head because we're all guilty of worrying about what we cannot control. It's okay to not have all the answers. It's okay to wander. It's okay to be lost. Revel in those slow days where you don't have all the answers because the fast ones are too many. Sit your pace. This is your journey, and we're just along for the ride. Number 3, the grass is green where you water it. It will be on the other side, or it might be in front of you. Focus your energies on the beauty of this world, and there is so much beauty. And then watch your grass turn the most beautiful, vibrant green that has ever existed. My last piece of advice is simple. Be proud. You deserve to be celebrated because you did it. Congratulations, class of 2020. Forever and always, my babies you'll be. And now it is my honor to read off the following names. Reagan Parker. Shruti Patel. Trey Peterson. Trina Fan. Kimberly Pollock. Hannah Ponder. Kaylee Porter. Heidi Potter. Noah Reed. Hope Reheis. Joshua Resch. Daniel Rickert. Logan Rocha. Gracie Rudd. Tate Ryan. Nicholas Sampayan. Spencer Sanders. Madison Schermeyer. Stephanie Schnebley. Taylor Severson. Naman Shukla. Jarrett Shoup. Hannah Skiba. Caleb Smith. Noah Smith. Paige Smith. Reagan Smith.
Hey kids, congrats on your graduation.
We want you to know that you as a class have faced challenges that most teenagers do not have to face. We know that your senior year was not what you expected. While we do not often feel grateful for our misfortunes, we are grateful that the students who were asked to rise to these challenges were you.
You are as uncommon as the obstacles you have faced. Your grace, your fortitude, your good humor, and your compassion for those around you are tantamount to, if not greater than, the difficulties of this school year.
With the class of 2020, it's easy to see the good and the true and the beautiful because that's what this class has trained to do and to be.
As you transition into life after high school, your new life will present obvious challenges that we are confident you can overcome. But the real work begins as you wrestle with intellectual and social peer pressure, worldly desires, whether or not your family's values matter to you, and figuring out who you are and what your purpose is. So we want to offer a bit of advice one last time.
1, take time for silence and genuine rest. You cannot begin to know yourself or think through things in a meaningful way without silence, and you cannot take care of yourself without rest.
2, when you are with other people, be real. Be kids. You are still young and have so much time to learn and explore. Enjoy this time of life and don't waste it being disingenuous. The more sincere you are, the more at peace you will be.
3, don't be afraid to fail. Not every mistake will significantly impact your life, and you may find that the ones that do are excellent teachers.
4, be open. Be open to the idea that you don't actually have everything figured out at 18 years old. Be open to the idea that you won't have everything figured out at 30 years old or 60 or even 80. Be open to the idea that the life you imagined for yourself may not happen, and that is okay.
Finally, remember that being virtuous is the path to happiness. Love yourselves, love your neighbors, and do the best you can do in any given situation.
You have sought after what is good and true, and the result has been beautiful despite the difficulties. We thank you for all the happiness you have brought us over the years, and we wish you the greatest happiness in the coming years.
You have made us better educators, better citizens, and better humans. We are grateful for your examples of strength, patience, understanding, warmth, kindness, humility, courage, and faith. Thank you for the honor of being some of your many educators.
You will always be our first kiddos.
Congratulations. Remember to write and tell us how the world conquering goes. And now for the final seniors. Joshua Scotty Solomon.
Sachel Spencer.
Brianna Stidham.
Zachary Stock.
Michaela Suitgang.
Carly Swanson.
Trader Swap.
Jacob Swerbensky.
Carson Taylor.
Matthew Tusher.
Caleb Tewksbury.
Easton Thompson.
Jonah Thurston.
Amber Tingu.
Autumn Tingu.
Ryan Tran.
Katrina Chai.
Mason Tyler.
Ernesto Areste.
Joseph Bertuccio.
Ammon Warby.
Jason Wilkin.
Olive Wilcox.
Tanner Willis.
Emma Wright.
Mia Yanez.
Graduates, please rise and stand in front of your vehicle.
Class of 2020, you have one final task to accomplish today, which will signify the completion of your high school career. At this time, make sure that the tassel of your cap is hanging on the right side of your cap. Now, move your tassel from the right side to the left. With that gesture, and on behalf of the entire Benjamin Franklin High School faculty and staff, our district partners at the central office, and the board of directors, I now present to you the Benjamin Franklin High School graduating class of 2020.